Welcome back to our One Maize Show, Episode 5.
We have an exciting show for you in store today. I'm your host, Dakota Crane.
And I'm Nate Moore. We started December's show off with a look at a recent hate group protest from the Westboro Baptist Church and the preparation and planning leading up to the protest last Wednesday.
On Wednesday, December 11th, the hate group Westboro Baptist Church arrived to the 266 district. As they did not announce a specific reason for protesting, it was speculated that they were protesting the LGBTQ+ students at Maize High and Maize South, and most likely also protesting the new cap and gown graduation policy. The protest began around 1:30 with over 60 counter-protesters surrounding 37th and Tyler with rainbow-colored umbrellas to show support for these students. We decided to ask school law enforcement about what they were going to do to keep kids safe and keep the protesting safe.
Well, we don't expect any trouble out of Westboro Baptist Church. They do this, they're professional protesters. The concerns we have would be for the unknown counter-protester getting mad or something along those lines. I've been to several funerals where they've protested, but I wasn't working. I was just at the funerals. So I haven't had to deal with them on a professional level.
Next, we talked to Mrs. Williams, a Maize South history teacher, to get more info about the counter-protesting.
I decided to join the counter-protest. Actually, several teachers have talked about it, and we decided that we wanted to wear shirts, and so we are ordering shirts as our counter-protest. So the shirt says, "I'm going to teach them to love and accept everyone."
Last, we talked to students about their thoughts on the protesting.
It's pretty ludicrous, really. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous what they're coming here for. You know, I have some simple questions for them, like, where in the Bible does it say that God dislikes gays? Why they wish death upon soldiers because soldiers kill people? They're pretty ludicrous. They don't make a lot of sense, really. I don't think so.
I honestly think it's very hypocritical of what they're doing, because they're talking about how they don't like gays and sinners, and I feel like that's totally hypocritical.
After 2:10, the protesters packed up and left, and by 2:15, the protesting spot was completely deserted. Thankfully, it was a peaceful protest and no one was harmed. For One Maize Broadcast, I'm Dakota.
Thankfully, no protesters or counter-protesters were harmed during the protest. Over 100 counter-protesters showed up between Maize High and Maize South to support the students of USD 266.
Want to check out one of the state's best holiday light shows? Botanical Illuminations is the place to go, and has so much more to offer than just shiny festive lights. We go to Team News with the story.
What's up, everyone? I'm Megan Taw, and I'm here at Botanica for Illuminations. It's an annual holiday light show with lots to offer.
Not only does Illuminations have more than 2 million lights, but they also have a carousel sitting at 40 feet wide with 36 freshly painted horses for all ages. This 70-year-old ride was at Joyland Amusement Park until closing in 2004. Illuminations also features magical gardens, Santa Claus, fire pits, s'more stations, and live music that the whole family can enjoy.
Getting to see all the families enjoying each other, you know, enjoying the hot chocolate and the snacks and just the music and the atmosphere is just great.
Across 18 acres of beautiful gardens, more than 300 lighted trees, and 2 million lights, Illuminations is Kansas's largest holiday light show. In the center of the venue, you can find a customized light show coordinated with festive holiday music.
We have the best light display in the region, and it becomes family traditions. And one of the things about it, this will make you smile, and this will make you feel good, and it's going to make you feel like it's Christmas.
From sitting with Santa to enjoying different themed gardens, your family is bound to have some fun, so come to Botanica over your winter break.
Check out Botanica's Illuminations, located on Amidon Street. I'm sure it will light up your world.
This week, our very own Miranda Pereira takes a turn on the mat to see how our Maize High wrestling team has pieced together another state-ranked group.
Maize High Wrestling, also known as Maize City, features several athletes who started wrestling before they were even in kindergarten. Fast forward 10 years, this season includes multiple D1 athletes that have the chance to further their academic and athletic talents through their love for wrestling. As these athletes have wrestled their whole lives, it has made quite an impact on them each in their own way.
Being disciplined, like have to cut weight, you can't eat, you can't do this, you know, you just gotta be on like a schedule, like a strict schedule. So it just teaches you a lot on how like patience and how to be good to people. Wrestling teaches you a lot about like you hate losing, and you could be like on top of the world at one point in time, and then the next day you could be completely like down.
Many people have different reasons for wrestling.
That's the best sport. It's one-on-one. That's the exciting part, right? So kids are awesome. Love the kids. Yeah, fun to be around, hard workers.
Most athletes have people they're inspired by. Some may be their relatives, or some could just be famous wrestlers they've never even had the chance to meet.
Definitely my older brother, Tyler Caldwell. I was like 4, and we had a wrestling mat in the basement. Then I used to go down there and watch him, and I was like, it's pretty cool. And he went on to wrestle for OU for 2 years and Oklahoma State for 2 years.
Wrestling can come with many accomplishments, from winning a state title to winning nationals. The awards are on a huge scale.
Winning state last year. I've won quite a few national tournaments, and then this summer made 2 world teams, freestyle and Greco.
Last year, my junior season, going 50-0, felt good to go undefeated and get my first state championship.
This sport involves many different aspects, and it can become really easy to fall behind.
I don't know necessarily that we had a weakness. We're a little not very experienced, really, and that we're better at that. We're better at in that way this year. And as far as moves goes, bottom moves, we weren't great.
Improving this year is what they look for the most, and they are more than ready heading into this season.
Getting better at what we do. Every move, just trying to make them better.
Wrestling starts extremely young with the new Ma1ze Kids Wrestling camps and tournaments.
Kids Club. Wrestling here since he was 5 years old, and Kyle Haas, Carson Wheeler, all those guys came through. Dwayne Villapando, they all came through the Kids Club. So,
I've been wrestling for about 13 years.
I've been wrestling since I was 4. I think this is either my 13th or 14th year.
The team itself is more of a family of brothers. They all treat each other with respect and honor each other.
We all try to get each other to be the best they could be, such as like some kids got to get there. Some people have potential to be the best, to be really good, and then some people just got to work harder. I mean, like Ricky Nichols, that's the hardest working kid in the room, I think. He goes nuts every day.
All in all, this year's team is looking for a huge jump in the standings. With so many talented athletes, it will show on the mat. From One Ma1ze Sports, I'm Miranda Pereira.
Make sure to check out the Eagle Wrestlers at their next meet on January 9th at Hayesville, and then on January 10th at Derby.
Now our Trents team gives us a recap of the best skips, hops, dougies, nays, and all of the best dance crazes of the decade. Enjoy.
The 2010s are almost over, and although 2020 opens up a lot of possibilities, we wanted to go on a trip down memory lane.
Harlem Shake.
Dabbing.
Gangnam Style. Whippin' Nene.
Whoa.
Millie Rock.
Hit the Quan.
Hit Them Folks.
Bruno Mars.
Taylor Swift.
Ariana Grande.
One Direction.
Drake.
Adele. Kanye West.
Shawn Mendes. Nicki Minaj.
Beyonce.
The dress. The dress seen across the world. What color did you actually see?
Laurel versus Yanni. What did you hear? Yanni, Laurel, or possibly both?
Slime. Slime stormed the internet with all the compilations and online stores.
Pokemon Go. Remember when everyone traveled around town to catch Pokemon? What team were you?
ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Donating money or pouring a bucket of cold ice on your head. Millions of people around the world took part in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. to raise over $115 million.
Fidget spinners. Do you remember fidget spinners? The year when teachers took them from us and even banned them from school? What was that about?
Mannequin Challenge. Freezing in mid-motion to the song Black Beatles by Ray Surmerd was a huge challenge in 2016. TikTok. In the past year, TikTok has taken over the internet and music charts. There are a total of 500 million active TikTok users.
Visco girls, the SKS and the NIOOP swept the nation and was a huge thing with white girls who wore oversized shirts, hydro flask, and lots of scrunchies.
Cheese Slap Challenge. Slapping your friends, family, or even cats with a slice of cheese. What could go wrong?
Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge. This dangerous challenge made your lips look like Kylie Jenner's and super red and puffy.
Silly bands.
Uggs. Feathers in your hair, ripped jeans,
Crocs.
Heelys,
Tesla.
AirPods,
Uber.
world's first iPad, virtual and augmented reality.
We hope you didn't cry too much. Have a great 2020.
Vote on your favorite trend using our Twitter poll at Ma1ze Broadcast, and tell us which dance fad you think might make a comeback in 2020.
Have an interest in competitive sand volleyball? Check out how several Wichitans choose to stay in shape during the holiday season.
What happens when competitive athletes from high school or college are still wanting to get back into the game? They can participate in a Sunday night volleyball league. Every Sunday, around 50 people fill 4 perfectly raked sand pits to compete in competitive sand volleyball games. Located on the northeast side of Wichita, the sports forum is where the fun happens.
Just the casual nature of it. I like playing on Sunday nights because there's usually nothing else going on, and then just fun playing indoors with the weather nice and the sand's nice and good competition.
Each team is composed of 5 members and play 2 teams every week. The record at the end of their 10-week-long season determines who gets into the Tournament of Champions, where the top 10 teams compete for the gold. But even if you don't win, you get to spend time with your friends, listen to good jams, and burn some calories in the sand.
I knew none of them. I knew one of them before, and they asked me to play, but now it's fun. It's getting to know them. Yeah, we have that common goal to win. I don't know. I love them all.
While most adults would rather spend their Sunday nights finishing laundry and watching NFL football, these athletes enjoy participating in some friendly volleyball competitions to kill those Sunday blues and put a real fun day into your Sunday. Who knows, you may be an ace at volleyball.
Just because we live in Kansas and not along the shore doesn't mean we can't enjoy some sand volleyball. Sydney Holmes, Ma1ze Broadcast.
Sign up today and join a league. We promise you, you'll dig it. You can even set up your own team.
What does it really mean to be a multi-sport athlete? Team Sports takes a dive into Ma1ze South football players to see how they keep in shape during the winter months.
The swim team is taking off this season. After a strong campaign last year, they look forward to advancing more athletes to state in February.
I would say swim takes a lot more conditioning. It's pretty much conditioning every day. It's also a lot of mental toughness because you want to quit all the time in between sets, and you can't.
Swim team has many familiar faces that you might see in other sports. For example, Brandon Bulls, a total maniac on the football field, leading Ma1ze South in tackles this past season. Bulls tells us about the differences between football and swimming and his background with the sport.
I've swam probably since I was around 8 years old.
Brandon has been swimming for a long time, and that seems to be why he grew into the sport.
Well, I've always kind of excelled at swim. I've done it forever, and I enjoy it.
The swim team has added a ton of new faces this year from many different sports. We spoke to them on why they picked swim and how it has been for them so far.
Well, when I'm in swimming in the summer for fun, that's actually, I enjoy that, but being on a swim team, practice is not fun. It's hard, but I mean, the meets are kind of fun. So.
It's fun, it's a lot of hard work, but we have a lot of new guys, so it should be pretty good.
Being new and the season already in full swing, it can be hard for an athlete to compete at the full level. It can be excruciating at times, but they find the time to overcome.
It's just a lot of hard work just to get up to speed. Can't really do any technique. Don't have enough time.
Also be a great way of communicating with new people and making a bunch of new friends.
Just meeting new people. A lot of them don't do other sports. sophomores, and it's a different crowd.
In conclusion, swim has become an alternative for athletes in the off-season. Whether you're an experienced swimmer or a newcomer to the sport, it is a lot of fun if you put in the work for it. From Ma1ze Sports, I'm Nate Moore.
Maize South will travel to El Dorado for their next meet on January 9th at Newton, followed by a meet January 11th at El Dorado.
Thanks for tuning in on our last show of the decade.
Have a great holiday break, and we will see you in 2020, where we hope to make more memories in the Maize community. Happy holidays from our team.